Hey you guys, what is up? Ever since I started watching YouTube videos, I've been watching a lot of the YouTube mommies just because, when I started watching YouTube, I was pregnant with my second daughter. So obviously a lot of the people I was watching were parents, and I noticed that a lot of them were doing tags and stuff like that. So I decided to go ahead and try one of the tags out. I decided to go ahead and do the Mommy 2.0 tag, and I hope you guys like it. So let me just jump on in. I tried recording this like 4 other times with my Nikon camera, and for some reason it just wouldn't record. I don't know what is wrong with it. Maybe I just don't know how to work it properly, but anyways. So question number 1 is, how many children do you have and how old are they? I currently have 2 children. They are 3.5 and almost 2. Spencer will be 4 December 16th and Lacey will be 2 September 4th. But I am also currently pregnant with my 3rd child, and he should be here no later than September 16th because he is a planned C-section. Number 2 is, what is your proudest moment as a mom? Well, for Spencer, my proudest moment is definitely potty training. He was so difficult to potty train. He just doesn't like change in general. So when it came to using the potty, obviously that was just extremely difficult for him. He just didn't want to grasp the concept. It wasn't that he couldn't, it was just that he did not want to. He was petrified, just petrified. And late for Lacey, I want to say probably walking. I really thought that was really cool. She picked up walking way quicker than Spencer did. She was younger than 1, so that was really neat. He was 16 months old when he started to walk, so it was really cool to actually see like the difference between the both of them. Number 3 is, what is your most frustrating moment as a mom? I don't necessarily know that it's like something that they do, but it's normally a moment of the day. It's normally like the afternoon. I don't know why, they're just, the afternoon comes around and it's like, even though they've napped, they just act completely ridiculous. Sorry, I think I hear one of my kids, I don't know. Probably my daughter, who thinks she just took a nap. Yeah, so just the afternoons. The afternoons are just extremely frustrating for me. Yeah. Sorry about that, my daughter woke up, so I had to go take care of her real quick, and she uses pacifiers, so she lost her pacifier and just couldn't find it. Number 4 is, how do you discipline your children? How do you discipline a child? Honestly, for the most part, I like to do timeouts. Even though I feel like with my 3-year-old, it really just doesn't work. It really does a lot for the almost 2-year-old. With her, like, she gets really upset when you tell her no, when you put her in timeout. Like, she's very remorseful about it, you know. She cries, and afterwards she comes and gives you a kiss. And Spencer, on the other hand, he is just, I don't know, I have to put him in his room for him to like completely understand timeout, and he will be in there and just scream the entire time. But that is what I like to do in terms of parenting. But now if they're, let's say they were in the kitchen for some reason, even though we do have a gate, and let's say I was cooking and I needed to leave the kitchen real quick, and Spencer decided he was going to climb on a chair and try to touch the burner. Now that would probably deserve a little spank on the hand. And when it comes to things that are extremely serious and dangerous, they do sometimes get a spank on the hand. Not that they normally are doing dangerous things, but you know how children are. They manage to get into everything, especially if it's something that's not necessarily really good for them. Number 5 is cursing. Do you do it in front of them? I try not to, but it definitely happens. And usually when I do is when my children hear me and they repeat it or something awful. Like, I know tonight I said something, but I think I used the term friggin', and my son picked up another term. Yes. And he was like, did you say a bad word, Mommy? Because he saw my reaction when he like used the term afterwards. And yeah, so I try not to, but I'm not gonna lie, it does happen. Okay, Number 6, do you think your relationship with your spouse has changed since you had children? And was it for better or worse? Um, my husband and I really didn't get very much time together, like as a couple, just because we got married and got pregnant all in the same week. And when we got pregnant with my son, my husband was in the Marine Corps, and then he got out of the Marines like 2 months after I found out I was pregnant with Spencer. And then things just got really difficult because like jobs, they just weren't as available as they used to be. So finances were tight, and obviously that put stress on us with another baby with a baby coming. And we actually struggled quite a bit when Spencer was born in terms of our relationship, and then things got better. And then I feel when Lacey was born, we struggled as well. And honestly, in the past, I want to say 10 months, our relationship has actually been really great. I feel like we're finally starting to understand each other. We might finally, be on the same playing field, I guess. I guess it just took us some time to get used to having children and putting them in our relationship. And, we were newlyweds, and they say that the first 5 years are supposed to be like the hardest of your marriage. So yeah, I can vouch for that. We are now on 4.5 years, and it has been difficult. I'm not gonna lie, but we stuck through it, and it's definitely been worth all the work that we put into it. Number 7 is, since becoming a mom, do you notice you act more like your own mother? No, I don't think so, because my mom had it together so much better than I do. She was on top of everything. She was like pretty much just like super mom. I don't know how she did it. I don't know how she stayed patient. I don't know how she kept the house clean. I don't know how she managed to have meals cooked every night for my dad when he got home from work. So no, I don't feel like since I became a mother that I am like I act more like her. No, I think we are completely different in terms of parenting. Number 8 is, how are your relationships with your girlfriends? Honestly, the friends I do still talk to are the friends who have children, and I think that's pretty much like the common answer that most moms give for this question. I do still keep in contact with my best friend from back home in Montreal, and I don't think that'll ever change, but she doesn't have children. But for the most part, the rest of my friends all do have children that are about the same age as mine, so our relationship is still pretty good. Number 9 is, your favorite place to take your children? Probably the park, or just anywhere that they can run out their energy, or even to like friends' houses who have other little children. Number 10 is, your least favorite place to take your children? Honestly, Spencer is not an issue when we take him out in public. He is awesome. For the most part, does definitely have his moments where he throws fits and stuff, and you're just like, what am I doing? Or what was I thinking? But I need to say, for Lacey, it's definitely Target. She absolutely hates being in the carts and wants to run wild, and she's not even 2, and she doesn't listen well enough to do that, unfortunately. She doesn't want to hold hands. She wants to be independent. She thinks she can do whatever she wants. So Target, every time we go there, she throws a fit, and it is the most miserable experience just ever. Number 11 is, piercing baby's ears, do or don't? I am for it. We pierced Lacey's ears when she was 4 months old, I believe it was. I was really nervous about it at first, especially because she was breastfed. Obviously, when the babies are breastfed, their heads are turned and their ears rub up against your arms. So that made me a little bit nervous. Like, I was fearful that it would hurt her. But in all honesty, it didn't seem to bother her after it was done. Like, it didn't faze her, and she doesn't even play with her earrings now. And it's like she kind of doesn't know that they're even there. So I'm for it, but to each their own. Favorite skincare for you and your children? For me, I really like the Jergens Ultra Healing Lotion. I don't know why, I feel like no other lotions really work for my face. And for my children, I really like Burt's Bees. We use their wash, and I would like to use their lotions, but Lacey has just extremely dry skin, so I kind of have to use something else for her, and honestly haven't really found much that really works. So yeah. Number 13 is must have mommy makeup item. That is definitely a toss up between concealer and mascara. I love both of those. I honestly feel like I look tired without either one of them. So yeah. Number 14 is bath or shower. I take showers. I do not have the time to take a bath, unfortunately, which really sucks. And every time I do say I'm going to take one, I never end up taking one. And Lacey has the only bathroom in the house that has a tub in it attached to her room. So even if I were to go take a bath, it would have to be after the children are in bed, and I think that would just bother her. So I don't. I just take showers. Number 15 is, are you back to your pre-baby weight? No, definitely not, because I am almost 8 months pregnant right now. So, but I did get back down to it after having Lacey. I actually got like probably almost 10 to 12 pounds under it, and I attribute all that to breastfeeding, and I had gallbladder issues, so I really had to keep an eye on what I was eating. But with Spencer, no, I did not get down to my